Oh, yes, here we are. Welcome, everybody, to the show. How are you today? As far as I know, my microphone is working. If anybody wants to confirm that you can hear me okay, do let me know that my voice is coming over loud and clear. So far, so good. Welcome, everyone, to the program. Nice to have you with me. It is June the 24th, Monday, June 24th. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear this morning. Just say, yes, Bruce, we can hear you. That would help. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, loud and clear. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Um, what's going on today? What's going to happen today? What do I do is the question on a lot of people's minds. We just got through Friday, the 21st of June, the third Friday of the month for the end of the second quarter of the year for option trading. For most institutions, especially the large institutional writers of contracts, you're talking about the massive pension funds, mutual funds, a lot of ETFs, a lot of index funds, a lot of contracts were rolled over and shifted, and a lot of money changed hands on Friday. So here we are with the new week, and now the question is, the guess is, well, what's going to happen with this market? Where are we going? By the way, Eric Miller, welcome to the party, pal. A new gold, I believe that's a new Gold Bagel member, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome, Eric, to the show. Nice to have you here, joining us. And I note that a number of the new joiners of this channel have gone straight to the gold level, bagel level, membership level, which is $25 a month, just so you know, to be a Gold Bagel member of this channel. $25 a month. It's the most expensive one I have, and people just immediately jump into that. Why? Because 5 days a week when I'm on the air here, I go on for Gold Bagel members for a half an hour or so before I even do this show. And then on Wednesday nights, we do Primetime Live just for Gold Bagel members. So there are 6 shows a week, generally speaking, more for Gold Bagel members than anyone else. And we talk about all kinds of trading ideas and trade tips. Plus, one more thing, if you're a Gold Bagel member of this channel, you automatically can become a member of the Discord group. And if you want to be part of the Discord chat group, the family there, send me an email and let me know, hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm a Gold Bagel member. Here's my email. I'm a Gold Bagel member. Here's my handle. I want to become part of the Discord group. I will then get you the coordinates that you need to become part of the Discord family. And then you can hang out with the option writers of this channel, all the regulars, 24/7, even when I'm not on the air. So there you have it. Thank you again to all of you who have joined up, becoming not only members of this channel, but also Eric Miller and others who have started to not only have joined me lately, but they've gone into the classes. And I see how many class number ones and number twos are being picked up, the threes, the fours, the fives. It's happening. Oh yeah, here's someone who's serious. I could tell that in like a week or two. Oh wow, this person's on their fifth class already. This individual is really going places with option writing. Thank you again to those of you who have been sending Jennifer and I emails here to my email account, just letting me know that not only am I taking your classes, but I'm writing options, and here's what here's kind of results we've been getting. I wrote these contracts, and these contracts. It's great. It's just fantastic to see these kinds of emails from you guys letting me know how you're doing on them. In some cases, you're sending the emails going, this one isn't working out too well. What do you think? And then we'll kind of commiserate back and forth. And then, of course, those of you who are looking to have one-on-one sessions with me, who've had one-on-ones and are planning more, it's always a pleasure to spend some time with you on a one-on-one basis. It gives me a chance to really get to know what it is you're into, and you can kind of pick my brain as to what do you think about this and that, and we should be on the same page. It happens very quickly, I think, and hopefully I can bring you the kind of ideas that can help you really generate some revenues above and beyond where you've been at so far. Again, welcome all of you to the program, and thank you for joining me today. What's going to happen with the market? The question here. I noticed that the Dow and the year earlier today, I still have a gain showing of 107 points on the Dow, about a 5-point gain on S&P, and a 15 or 13-point drop on NASDAQ. So it's generally positive. The NASDAQ was down 28, 29. Now we're down 13, so maybe it's coming back to join the other two markets. I note this morning that the European markets were up. The London exchange up 0.4%. The German up over 0.5%. France is up 0.75%. And we're green across Europe at this point, so that's helping the early momentum for the American markets. Good news there. The U.S. economy is firing on a lot of its cylinders, leading the G7, G8, G20, definitely leading all industrialized countries in a number of measurements, especially GDP, gross domestic product. U.S. dollar is strong, generally speaking. If you look at historical quotes for the pound and the euro over 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, the U.S. dollar is up nicely against them and holding. Excuse me. America is being led by its consumers. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This summer, the Europeans are just awaiting the tourists from America with great anticipation. This now, the end of June, starting next week. Obviously, school is almost out, if not already out. The wave of Americans heading to Europe this year and elsewhere around the world is more than welcome. The American tourists are going to be are going to be just eagerly welcomed almost everywhere. Canadians too, and so now here in the United States and Canada, of course, North Americans can't wait for Europeans to come over, who've always wanted to see maybe Eastern Canada or New York or Washington or come to the west of the U.S. or the Western Canada to see this area. You're more than welcome here, of course. Of course, we're getting ready here in Calgary for the Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth. That will start in the next week or so, and a week and a half, and away we go with that. Anyway, welcome all to the channel and to the program as we now await the beginning of summer and seeing what it has in store for us. Interest rate wise, there's a wide variety of discussions going on, but at the end of the day, the Federal Reserve has no reason to cut interest rates because the U.S. economy is sluggish. It has no reason to create jobs in America. There are jobs begging for workers. The trade deficit, it's not a big deal for America as a whole because goods coming in and American dollars going out, more than welcome. Inflation, that's the one consideration. And the Federal Reserve is playing it perfectly. They're sitting back going, look, we know that in the last year and a half, a lot of big contracts have gone through with huge union players for huge raises. We know all about the big raises that airline pilots got and other airline unions. We are aware of the raises the auto sector received in Detroit. We're aware of all this stuff. But the other thing that the U.S. Federal Reserve is doing correctly is saying, we're not done with this follow-through wave of inflation because we're now beginning to see the impact of higher costs of real estate showing up in the numbers. And the one area that a lot of people ignore or just don't think about, cost of rent. Forget about the mortgage rates. If you have a house out there, your mortgage costs are higher because of higher interest costs on your mortgage. That's a no-brainer. No-brainer also on higher taxes in your towns and cities. No-brainer for higher insurance costs on your houses, depending on where you live. It's ridiculous. Rents. Rents have been going up everywhere. Landlords are under pressure because they too take out mortgages on an entire apartment building. And they have taxes, city taxes, on 10 units, 50 units, whatever number of units. And so the pressure on landlords to deliver a return is tremendous. And so they're passing on rent increases to their tenants. And this has to filter through the entire inflation measuring chain, I suppose. And the Fed's going, hey, we're not done yet. This inflation thing, and I've said it here since 2022, when it began to show in late 2021, as everything was restarting again and reopening again, we had this inflation thing kick in from the Orient, and it just kicked right through the entire distribution chain thing and into the U.S. economy, the European economy, all around the world. Inflation kicked in. And it's not a made in America problem. It's not made in the Congress. It's not made in the White House. Inflation is a global phenomenon. And the problem with inflation is it builds over several quarters and reaches a crescendo and then slowly eases off. And it's too slow for everybody. No one is happy waiting it out. And that's the bottom line. No one is happy waiting out the end of an inflation cycle. And we're barely halfway through it. I can tell you that from my early days as an adult, when I hit 2021, 22, we were into inflation at 12, 14%, and it stayed there for years. This wasn't like a one quarter phenomenon. We had inflation for a while. And yeah, it topped out in the 14, 16 area at one point, but then it hung around between 10 and 12%, and then it hung around between 7 and 9% years. And the government of Canada enacted a wage freeze program. I think we called it a 6-5. They called it the 6-5 program. 6% raises this year, 5% raises maximum next year through all the unions in Canada for federal governments and all that stuff. And the United States had the same kind of a thing. President Ford tried to enact an inflation thing, and it was unpopular. Oh God, it was so unpopular. But it was almost time for the federal government to legislate price increases and wage increases. I mean, it was not popular, and it destroyed, utterly ruined the middle class. It just eviscerated wealth like you can't believe. And this is where many of your parents come from and your grandparents come from. They remember those days in the 70s. And whoever they blame for that problem. But at the end of the day, this was a global problem. It was in Europe. It was in Britain, badly, really bad in Britain. Terrible in Canada. Mexico got ravaged. South America got destroyed. It was not good. It was not a made in America thing at all. And it took a long time to get through. And we're doing the same thing here. And the Fed, no hurry to lower rates. They're not in any hurry. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Hold the rates where they are and keep the fist on this thing. Keep the boot on it, because you let it squirm out, it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. So yeah, like it or not, it's the way it is. Yeah, interest rates. You've noticed though, Europe has started to drop interest rates. England is starting to drop interest rates. Switzerland has dropped interest rates. Canada has dropped an interest rate. Quarter point here, quarter point there, little tiny adjustments. You're not going to see 1% drops anywhere as a normal thing. You're not going to see Canada go down by 2 percentage points from here in a hurry. You're going to see a quarter point here, then nothing, then another quarter point, then nothing. It's going to be really just tapping the brakes on it, just barely. The United States might not move for another 6 months till after the election. We'll see how it all plays out. As far as you regulars who are option writers, I keep telling you this, and I'm going to keep repeating it. It doesn't matter who's in the White House, in the Congress, or the Senate, or in your state, or in your city council, or at your library, or at your school board. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter who your sheriff is. It doesn't matter. You folks in the US and Canada, and in Britain and Germany, if you are writing options to bring income in on the side, or to dominate your investments and to take over your full-blown cash flow for the rest of your life, it doesn't matter who's in the government. It really does. If you are convinced it is, then you're not an option writer. You're now a gambler, and you're a politician. You're a politician wannabe. You're caught up in the craziness of the times, and you can't afford to do it. As an option writer, you cannot afford to get caught up in the hype of all the silliness that's going on. You've got to be able to step back from it and allow it to take place, allow it to happen, and just say to yourself, I can't stop this. I can't stop the right and the left from not talking to each other. I can only do what I can do. And what is it I can do? I can pick off one option right after another, after another, after another, that brings capital into my account, that allows me to take care of my obligations. And that's all there is to it. And forget about any other hopes, wishes, dreams, and aspirations. You're not going to affect the presidential outcome of any election. You're not going to affect people's minds as to what they think is going to. Forget about it. You're wasting your time and your energy. Your time and energy should be focused on making you richer and making you more comfortable. And that's all there is to it. And the more comfortable you become as a middle class or upper middle class person, the less you'll be affected, possibly, by developments on the ground. I'm just suggesting. So, look, welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show here. We have to concentrate on what the markets are doing, and we have to listen to the markets and let them tell us what we should do next. That's all there is to it. If a stock is on a roll, let it go. If stock is on the decline, let it decline. Move into option positions that just go with the flow, and you'll make your pound of flesh each and every time. And the gamblers out there who are fighting the market, who are defiant, saying, oh, this stock is going to the moon no matter what, let them gamble their life savings into those stories. And you just take the capital. You just take the upside and say, thank you, sir, may I have another? It's all fine with me. And that's the bottom line, really. That's all there is to it. Your boss can't save you. Your manager at work, the company owner that you're working for, cannot guarantee you your economic future, because they're powerless to stop the outside forces. If you work for a furniture manufacturing company and their sales fall off the table, you're out of a job. You work for a real estate development company that builds new houses and a subdivision doesn't sell, they're going to lay off people. If you're working at a warehouse, whatever job you got, and customers stop coming through the door, they're going to do layoffs. And now the question is, where do you fall in the hierarchy of the organization you're part of, and how strong are you in the department that you're in? Because it can happen that a corporation does all right, they make money, but they've decided at the top level that we're going to drop 10% of our workforce across the board to just be leaner and meaner. We're going to be a much more lean organization, and we're going to drop 10% of our people. The question now is, are you in the 10 percentile that is about to be eliminated, and you had no idea? You had no clue, no hint that this was coming, because your last performance review was a doozy. You're a great person, a team player, all the good stuff. But at the end of the day, your manager has to let go 5 people, 8 people, 20 people. And you're the last one. All the first 19 had to go, and you're the last one to be going. And there's only going to be 80 left. You never knew that you were that close to the line. I'm just saying, if you don't consider that as a possibility in life. You are walking around with blinders and you're ignoring reality, because this world is changing at light speed and will continue to change at light speed. And for those of you out there who feel, oh, I'm never going to be the one being laid off, they need me too much. I do the work of 4 people. Well, you know that, but people above you don't. And they don't want to know. They don't want to know how hard you work, because that's all they hear from everybody anyway. So you may need to make arrangements or have in mind the possibility that as I build my option trading here, it could be my savior. This could be the entity that saves me a year from now, 5 years from now, who knows, from being possibly let go. And remember something, if you're going to enter your 40s and your 50s, you have to understand something in the corporate world. Most studies that employers have done for them or are presented to them from all kinds of organizations out there that analyze businesses will say the average age of your corporation, your workforce average, the average age of your workforce is this much, 38, 46, whatever it is. Did you know that 80% of all the costs of your corporation's health plan are from only 10% of your employees, those who are 45 and older, 50 and older, whatever that magic number is. There's a number that when you reach that age and over, you're now classified as a high risk, high cost health participant in the company plan. And they now are theoretically being told by outside entities, consultants, you got to get rid of anyone that's over 50. You got to get rid of them. Unless they are senior owner management, top people running the whole thing. 5 top VPs, fair enough, that's experience. But below these people, under 50. And in the departments that all of these entities have, these thousands of employees, no one over 50 is in there. You don't hire anyone over 50, and when they reach their 50s, you start to let them go. You start to phase them out. And this is the brutal reality. I am not making this crap up. I'm telling you, this is out there. So if you're 46 and you've got $100,000 saved for retirement, and you got a mortgage and a car loan and 2 credit cards and 2 kids just about to get out of the house, you're on the cusp of some good things, but also some nasty things that might come your way. And one of which is, out of left field, you might be let go. You might be furloughed on some kind of an imaginary cutback program. Okay, all it is we're just knocking the herd out of here, and we're offloading our troublemakers and our elderly, and we're getting rid of them. And you could be in that boat. You don't even know it. You've got to be protecting yourself going forward. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just saying, you have to be aware of where are you in this tank of water. Are there sharks underneath you? What's going on? I don't know. All right. There it is. What can I say? The key here is to generate income. Generate income and avoid getting caught. On the outside, not looking in. Welcome, everyone, and I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you here this morning. And I'm glad you're here. That's Alex, you're right. They have not yet cut rates in the UK, but it's awful close. That's where the election's coming up. So we've got that. Anyway, thank you. What's going on here? Uncle Bruce, I worked in the corporate HR, says Bama Babe. He's telling the truth. I tell you, I remember back in, my father and I had a chat about Costco. This is like in 1988, 89. So just think about that. 35 years ago, when Costco took over Priceline and they were now the big player in this wholesale world. He had been talking to one of the employees at Costco, just talking to one of the managers, and asked him, how do you like your job? How long you been here? What's it like? And because this is a new thing. This is a new way of experiencing retail for all of us. Giant warehouses just popped up all of a sudden in the 80s and the 90s. Like, wow, this is kind of cool. Hot dog for $1.50 in 1988. Wow, how long can that last? Anyway, he found it very interesting talking to this individual who had been with the company for 6 or 7 years already, and was saying to him, yeah, he says, the one thing we notice around here is that when we hire people to start, we hire them in their early 20s. So we hire them like they're not. We don't hire teenagers. We don't hire high school kids. We hire graduates, like you're out of school now, 20, 21, 22. We'll hire kids in that range, 24, 25. We'll train them. They'll start, wherever they start, but then we find out which of these kids can really add to this place, and we start moving them up into, little higher levels. But we won't hire anybody over 35. We don't hire anyone over 35 years of age, because we figure we got to give them 5 years to really learn how this business works and how our corporation goes. By that time, if they're 37 years of age and we hire them, they're 42 when they're full-blown able to give us everything they've got. And we don't want anyone here at 42 years of age. We don't want them that old. Why? Because it's a physical job. The Costco is physical. You've got the folks at the cash register, the kids putting your stuff in your carts, getting boxes, cleaning up the aisle all the time, operating a forklift. We're in the freezer department, and heavy lifting, lots of work. We want them in their 20s and 30s, and so we'll bring them in at 23. By 28, they're giving us all, and by 40, they're done, and they're either moving up into the higher ranks or they're out. And that was the philosophy in the late 80s at Costco. Just think about that. Things have changed, of course, since COVID. Top quality people to get with work shortages and stuff. But I can tell you, if the unemployment rate starts to go up in the United States and Canada, the first thing you're going to notice, you're going to hear these stories about people with 20 and 30 years of loyal service to organizations are going to be let go. And they're on the verge of being dumped. As soon as a company needs to cut back, they're going to offload the most expensive employees from pay and benefits. And health benefits, you are in trouble. If you're having health issues, your time is numbered. I'm just saying. The man, okay, so why does it go to margin and say I have to call? Okay, someone's asking something about a trade. Let's move on. I can't answer that at the moment here. Virginia, that's why I've survived in my 50 years. I am highly specialized and very valuable, as a majority of our specialists are retiring, and not as many school students are coming up to replace. Less than half of the schools to train when I was in school, the whole country, many openings nationwide. Isn't that amazing? Flint Creek, good morning, everybody. Summer Rose, I don't know, but I purchased talking about marginal sell. Okay, this is something else. Yeah, look, if you're in your 40s and 50s, you're vulnerable. That's the bottom line. A majority of these people, some are not, some are do very well. And of course, those in their 40s and 50s are the kind of people, in theory, if you're in an admin function, an administrative type function, you're the kind of individual with the experience you now have, you might be a candidate to be a consultant, not an employee anymore. And you might now find that you don't work at company number one because they let you go or they did a furlough, whatever, but you don't replace that job with another firm as a full-time employee. You find that you can work from home as a consultant, and perhaps with the help of a headhunter, you will find 2 or 3 other corporations that will hire you 10 to 15 hours a week to work for them from home on an hourly or contract basis only. And this is where you get to call your shots, because you may find that I was given 3 months' salary to take a hike. I've got 6 months health care, and I can get 60 hours a week of work if I want it at 50% more than I was getting because I'm a consultant, not an employee. I'm going to decide how to play this. I'll get my own health care through through Blue Cross or wherever I have to work through, depending on where you live. Again, I'm not an expert in that area, but for some people, they find, I'm working 30 hours a week and I'm being paid for what used to be 60 hours. And I love this 4 day a week gig I've got going, or I'm working 3.5 days a week instead of 5 days a week. I can get more work done at home in a 6 hour shift than I could in a 10 hour shift at the office. And yet I charge by the job. I don't charge by the hour. So to do these reports by Friday or by the 15th of the month, or get this done by the end of the month, my rate is $5,000 or $4,000 or $2,000, whatever the rate is. How many hours it takes you is your business. At the end of the day, the buyer wants this work done and they'll pay for it. So it can change everything. But again, if you're an option writer and you can replace that kind of work with being an option writer instead, well, now you're self-employed. And now you've changed the whole game completely. There you go. Costco's a great job if you can physically handle it. There you have it. It's true. It's absolutely true. John, supermarket shelf stocking is the same. They won't employ anyone over 21 due to the complexity of placing beans on a shelf. Stacking. Like I say, certain firms, they know, will hire the very young that they can work right through a muscle pull. They recover so much faster than our 40-year-olds. There's no way the manager of the grocery store is going to be putting cans of beans on the shelf. That's the 18-year-old's job, the 20-year-old's job. They're faster, they recover quicker, and they don't ask as many questions. And that's it. What can I tell you? Anyway, by the way, 35 and approaching old age, I respect the old wise man and woman, says Dream of Stuff. I originally was looking to retire at 55. Now we will see, making six figures now, and I started at $12. So you're a success, and I'm happy for you. But you have seen many people not make it that have long ago left the workforce since you've continued on. More power to you. You're a winner, John. To be fair, if you're working for anyone but yourself, you deserve what you get. The man, that's dumb. If a cash type trade, it should stay a cash type trade till it's settled. That's something else. Lizzie, I voted Edmonton Oilers. They seem to have the momentum, and it'd be a great comeback from 3-0 down. There's a poll question waiting for you. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup tonight? It's Game 7. Winner gets it all. Who's going to win tonight? The Panthers in Florida, Miami, or Edmonton Oilers? Mickey, so exception to the age thing is belonging to a union. I just retired from a major airline in cargo fleet service, and 90% of the employees are over 40, a handful in their 70s, and many in their 50s and 60s. And the reason for that also, my friend, is the complete regurgitation of the union and the airlines and the contracts that have been signed. It's possible that if there are no 20 and 30-year-olds behind you, that your union will be phased out by the airline as you age out. They'll let you all age out, you'll all retire out, and all the new employees will be under contract from another organization entirely, and the airline doesn't even hire its own workers anymore. This has happened in North America big time. The automotive area, you've got two kinds of contracts. If you're an employee of a Ford or General Motors, you go in as a 20-year-old kid, you'll be hired at 16, 18 bucks an hour, 20 bucks an hour, where a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old, under the original older contracts, they're getting the 50, 60, 70 bucks an hour with benefits, and you'll never get there because you're going to have to work 25 years before you catch up to those levels, even though the union made major advancements in the last contract discussion. Damage done to working people in North America in factories like this has been devastating, and it has crushed people out, have squeezed out upper middle class workers down to lower middle class workers at the for the winning of corporate America. Corporate America has won phenomenally. Canada too. The corporations are the big winners. They've got the money to spend with the politicians to drive these new labor deals in and not make it illegal to, in effect, have a two-tiered contract situation in the same factory. It's just the way it is. Oh, man, John Briskin, unless you work for the government, then it's like you work for someone else and yourself. John, Virginia, it's not what you make, it's what you spend. My income is not great, but I have no debt, and I own 3 houses. I can get on to buy very little. Cameron, you need at least that much to pay for U.S. health care. The Tarjan Jetty GameStop was the biggest scam of the year. Biggest scam of the year. Tons of people lost massive amounts of money because they were advised to hold by YouTubers who kept saying that a short squeeze was incoming. Big scam, 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 scam. John, that's the joke, actually, Bruce. I keep forgetting you Americans don't get the British sense of humor. And Nazareth, I'm number 95 on the thumbs up. Dream of stuff. What's Costco pay? Can you survive on that salary? I know that in California, the one Costco I've gone to now since the 90s, you start there and you're talking 22, 25 an hour ballpark and benefits. You stick around 10 years at Costco's and you're into all their savings plans, healthcare, management upgrades. I mean, if you've got the right stuff, they're not going to let you go. You're going to be generating 35, 40 bucks an hour. You're going to make 50, 60, 70, 80,000 a year. Now, look, you're not making what a surgeon makes, okay? You're not going to get what a firefighter gets after 15 years. There are certain jobs that will always outpay Costco. Let's cut to the quick. These are not careers that pay $300,000 a year on average. But working conditions, upside potential, good serious wage, and employee retention and employee appreciation, very good at Costco. The turnover is very low at Costco. But is it the perfect job? Like, will a plumber make more? Yeah. Electricians make more? Yeah. They make more. Dentists make more. Doctors make more. Of course. But you're not in the poorhouse if you're a Costco employee. And if you've got the right stuff, you're going to do well. If you don't have the right stuff, you'll last 3 months and you're gone. It doesn't matter where you work. You haven't got the right stuff. You don't have the work ethic. You don't have the dedication to detail. You're not willing to expand your knowledge of the business. You're going to be let go. It's only a matter of time that you're going to walk or be let go. Welcome to the real world. No question about it. It's not. Is it fair? No, maybe not. But it is the world. John, I just moved from a place where cost of living was skyrocketing to the country. Houses cost so much less, only 10 minutes more commute than I used to have. Folks, more power to you guys who can pull this stuff off. Can BlackRock and Vanguard get more GameStop? I guess they could. David, the chart on SoFi looks like it's being held back. Yep, everything's being contracted out slowly but surely. Virginia, yes, Bruce, I've seen the hospital I've worked at 28 years, 4 major rounds of layoffs every 6 years or so. All people over 55, close to retirement. That's why I left last year after they sold my job. There you go. There you are. Brandon, just remember, no matter who wins, that big ding on the Stanley Cup is from my boys in Pantera partying with the Dallas Stars 30 years ago. Legends. Frozen Fears, I work at $16.45 an hour in upstate New York, driving forklifts in a warehouse. Something dump, I make $1.45 an hour, that minimum wage. There you go. Well, again, I don't know where you're at, where all of you are at, and what all of you are doing, and how you're doing what you're doing. It is what it is, and are there jobs that pay more than that for the same type of job? Certainly, but in the town this gentleman lives at, probably not. And so it's geography, and it's supply and demand, and it's the organization, and there's the minefield of trying to find the right firm for the right gig, whatever you have. And again, what is your skill level? What is your experience level? You start here. Hopefully you're with an organization where you can move up the ladder. Again, I don't know. Being an option writer here, everything's different. Everything here is different. No matter if you're what color you are, what gender you are, or how many hours you want to put into this. If you can learn how the option game works, you can make some money here. You can make some really good money. And what people here are figuring out, if they take a couple of lessons and they start practicing account trading, and then they become actual option writers, People figure out around here pretty quickly that if you can write 5 options, let's say you do 5 credit spreads, and each one costs you $300 in capital. You need $1,500 to write 5 credit spreads, and you can bring in, I don't know, $300-400 on it, and you're dedicating an hour or two a day to watch the trades and monitor your position. And at the end of 2 weeks, you close it out and you net it out. I don't know how much you net out. You net out $300, and you put in 10 hours of your time to watch that trade and monitor that trade. You just made $30 an hour. You just made $30 an hour additional money watching your money make money. And this is so common around here. It's a no-brainer. I mean, I have got viewers here who are generating, when they do the math, they really do the math, and they go, Bruce, I can only work from when the market opens until when the market closes. I mean, that's all I can do with my management, my assets here, because that's when the option market exists, from opening, was it 9:30 in the morning Eastern, until whatever, 4 in the afternoon. And I've written 10-day contracts. They die in 10 days, 12 days, whatever number of trading days we're talking about. 15 trading days is 3 weeks. If I'm watching the market full time for 3 weeks, but on the side I'm working from home, how much money am I making on this side gig? And this is where people say to me, good God, I made $3,000 on these cash secured puts that I wrote, or I wrote contracts against my GameStop, and I pulled in $3,000 in 3 weeks, $1,000 a week. That's $50,000 a year coming in on the side from my side door here. This is changing my world. Can I retire right now? No. Can I completely become irresponsible and go drinking and partying now for the rest of my life? No. You've made $1,000 a week for 3 weeks on top of what you're making already, and you are beginning the early stages of changing your economic world. And can it be in 6 months or 8 months, a year from now, you don't have credit card debt anymore? That 10-year thing you've had, 10 years of minimum payments and interest charges and all that, that's all gone. That you got your credit cards, but you only use them and then you pay them off in full. Totally different game. Well, that has lowered your cost of living dramatically. Here's your pre-tax and post-tax world. You figure that one out. Your accountant will tell you, holy crap, have you done a good thing? You've made some serious progress here. Have you built the value of your account? Probably. Are you writing more options this year than you were a year ago? Most likely. And is it making an even more profound difference? Well, yeah, because after 2 years and 3 years of experience, you're that much smarter, that much calmer, that much more analytical. Yeah, you're going to really make a difference. And so can you go from making $30,000 in 1 year to $50,000, $60,000 the next year in option money, to $80,000, $90,000 to $120,000? Absolutely you can, without a doubt. There's no limit to how much money you can make writing options. There is no limit. You don't get a 2% raise a year because of cost of inflation or anything like that. And so for some of you out there, you're saying to yourselves, I'm going to be self-employed in 5 years. And you find out that it takes 19 months that you were already self-employed. You couldn't believe how fast it came, because in the last 6 months, the money you drew in versus the first 12 months you were doing it, no comparison. And now you're going, oh my God, well, look at the rate of cash coming in already. From here forward, oh my God, it's going to be really nuts. Welcome to this party, pal. Is what we're trying to get to here. Welcome everybody, and thank you for being with me today. Okay, what else is going on here? Hi everybody. Hello. And let's see. What else is going on here? Thumbs ups. Thank you, Robert, very much. I made $4,000 writing on that run, but now my stock is down $15,000 again. Better gains are just holding and doing nothing. Sometimes it depends on what contracts you're writing and how you're doing it, and are you still writing or aren't you? Because once a writer, you should always be a writer. But it's up to you guys how you want to play this. Look, I know there are people here who've made some what they consider good money writing options, and they're really proud of themselves, and they're just so happy with how they've done. Uh, and they've done a little bit of this, a little of that, and they're just going, "Hey, I'm doing fabulously." In reality, you're at 25% efficiency. You've made money, yeah, yeah. Anybody can make money on a volatile market, of course. But at the end of the day, 100% efficiency means that you've made money from several angles of option writing, not just from one. And you've got to be open to exploring it. Sometimes where your dough is going to come in is being cash secured put writer. Sometimes where your dough is coming in is you're going to be a credit spread writer. Other times it's going to be, I'm a shareholder of a company. I never want to sell my stock. I don't ever want to, do anything without being a shareholder of this entity. So I'm just going to be a covered call writer. Well, more power to you being a covered call writer. But if you're a covered call writer and you've brought in, $1.50 on a contract, and the contract is down to say 25 cents, and you still got 2 weeks to wait, and you're going to wait for that contract to die worthless, you're probably now down to pennies an hour of revenue going forward versus the dollars you've already made. And this is not good. This is not taking maximum benefit from your ability to write contracts. If you've had stock go up and then come back down, and you've only taken a part of that gain, that drop has only partially come to you, you might not be active enough or diligent enough on your writing technique. Look, it's okay if you're brand new at this. You're not going to be the best option writer in the world in the first 6 months of doing it. You're going to be percentage-wise okay. But you know what? I have people here who've written calls at $4 a call, and they buy them back for $1 a call, and they made $3. And it used to be in their lives, in their investment world, there was a time where they bought a stock at $1, saw it go to $6, didn't sell, and it came back to $4, didn't sell, came back to $2, and they finally sold it. And they've taken $1 and made it $2. Where here, as an option writer, they took in $4, gave back $1, kept $3. And this is the biggest return that they've ever had in the stock market. It's a 75% return on the $4 position. They made $300 per contract. And I get viewers who tell me, I can't believe I did 5 of these and made $3 a contract. I made 300 times 5 contracts in a week. I made $1,500 in a week. I can't. I've never had that happen before, because I'm always the worst buyer and seller. I'm always the last guy into a hot deal, and I'm the selling is my worst part of my business. I don't know when to sell. No one ever tells me what the high is, because nobody knows what the high is. But with option writing, I just took this money in from the premium on it, out of the money contract. I took this cash, sat on it, folded my arms, watched it go down to $1, and I gave back $1. And I'm now writing another contract for $4 again. I can't believe how easy this is. Because in the past, it was so complicated. I had to watch all kinds of videos and all kinds of YouTubers and read all kinds of information about these companies and wonder, when should I sell? And we had good days and bad days and good days and bad. It would take sometimes a couple of days the stock would run, and then I wouldn't know whether I should get out. Other times it took months and I didn't know. With options, I know exactly when I buy back my contracts. I know almost exactly, because they expire in 3 weeks. There's no 6 months waiting for this thing. If I wrote a contract that has a month left to go and I got $4 for it, and my thinking is when it hits $1, I'm going to buy it back and write another contract for $4, good for a month out. I have my parameters. I know exactly what I'm going to do when it gives me the opportunity to do it. And I also know that in 4 weeks or less, I will be making a move on this contract, because it dies in a month. This is a whole new ballgame for people. That's what the best part about being an option writer is. It's definitive. It is set. There's no angle to it. And if you want to extend the game time because you need more time to win your trade, you can do a rollover. And if you do the rollovers correctly, you bring in more cash. You get even more money to extend the clock. Unthinkable, unheard of. Absolutely wonderful. In any event, welcome all to the program. Nice to have you here. Charlie, number 120, good morning to you. Thank you, Charlie. Zeta State, Uncle Bruce, last week I purchased 300 Gamestop for 25. What would you write? Well, we're sitting at, 23.13 right now. Why didn't you write 25s? Why didn't you write 25s for a couple of months out and take in a couple of bucks? And tell them to take you out at 27. Thank you very much. You still win. Out of the money contract? Can you write a contract to bring you 250, 350? You want to go further out? Bring in 4.5. Start shopping. Absolutely. This is not a difficult question to answer. Yeah, always be writing. Absolutely. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Thank you for being here today. How are you all? Welcome to the program, everybody. Nice to see you. Congratulations on the new class buyers, the class takers. I get these alerts from my website saying so-and-so just bought class number 1, class number 2, class number 5, class number 7, class number 8. Congratulations, class takers. You're showing yourself, and I'm seeing it from my end, you are making a move into these classes, and you are becoming wiser as to how this business works. And I commend you. I cannot congratulate you enough. I encourage you to just keep right on learning how options work, because this business is a $5 trillion a week turnover business. It's big. It's still growing. It's the biggest part of the markets, and it is attracting more and more people. You've probably noticed in the last few weeks how many articles are out there about new kinds of ETFs that you can invest in that write options against their portfolios. They have higher fees than other ETFs, but they write options against their portfolios. So they bring in dividend income and option premium. Very conservative entities, but a big chunk of the Gen Z is moving into this area to get their money managed more aggressively. You're doing it hands-on without any management fees. All the upside is yours, and all you had to figure out was, well, how do these work? And I can do this for the rest of my life, man. This is great. So if you're taking my classes today, you get all 17 classes, and you're dropping, $2,500 on that. And for the next 20 years, you're going to write options and write options and write options and write up. You're going to take that $2,500 and divide that by 20, and it's going to be an annual cost of $120 a year, $10 a month, divided by 22 trading days a month, 50 cents a day for the rest of your life is what these classes cost you to do this for the rest of your life. This is a bargain, and that's not even counting inflation. Think about inflation 10 years from now. You're not going to be playing with 10 or 15 or 20 grand or 50 grand. You'll be playing with 200, 400, 600,000. There are going to be people here who are going to be writing options with a $2 million account 15 years from now. That would be today $500,000, $600,000 account. That's just the way it is. My cost of classes, they're out there for now because I'm around. For how long am I around? How long can you get these classes for? Until the executor of my estate shuts it down. So, I mean, come on. Welcome all to the program. Grab these classes now. Enjoy the professor's time. Ask the prof questions and make yourself some dough and set yourself up for the rest of your life. Welcome to the party, pal. So glad you're here. We're opening in 7 minutes. We'll see what this market got. I don't know what it's going to do. Is there anything to this market? I'm not sure. We seem to have an up market at the moment. We seem to be ahead. Let me take a peek right now. Yeah, not much. 70 points on the Dow. -6 on S&P, -80 on NASDAQ. So NASDAQ has turned around. It almost got even. Now it's backed off again. Oil's down 19 cents a barrel to 80.54. So here we are, up about 67, 68, 70 points, something like that, on the Dow market. All right, we're down 70 cents on GameStop at the moment. Apple is up 27 cents. Tesla's up 179. Not a lot to get excited about at this point, but again, this is the Monday after the big option expiry this past Friday. And so here's the early, your early indications. We're up 13 on Rocket Lab. Nice to see it over $5. $5.14. I hope it holds and goes to 6. Just keep on going, Rocket Lab. I'd love to see that. See what else is going on. I've got Apple right now up 29, Goldman up 81, Cisco up 7, Tesla's up 180, Arc Innovations up 2 pennies, Microsoft down 19 cents, Pfizer's up 8, HBQ is down 8. Google, the alphabet stock, it's up 64 cents. Amazon is up 30. Nvidia is down 335. Nvidia is the loser today, down to 123 after hitting a year high, all-time high 140 just a week or two ago. Unity is down 9 cents. AI C3 AI Inc. is down 23 cents so far this morning. Excuse me. Adobe down $1.98. It was up $10.49 on Friday. Netflix is down 25 cents. The IBM shares are up 231 to 174.77. Meta Platforms is up 364 to $498. It's trying to get back to 500. Vanik Semiconductors down 319. Home Depot is up 119. Enphase up a penny. Palantir down 47 cents. And then we've got Uber down 20 at $70.01 a share. And that's where we're at. At the moment, that's what we've got, and that's what I see happening here coming into the 4-minute mark from the opening of our session. The market seems to be dipping a bit here on the bigger indexes. The Dow is now ahead just 59. We backed up a few hundred points from its early gain this morning, I guess. S&P down 5 and NASDAQ down 73. It's not a nasty opening. It's kind of lethargic. Oil down 26 cents at 80.47. Welcome to the party, everybody. Great to have you here, and I appreciate you joining us. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Mikhail, so class number 1 was confusing to me. Am I doomed, or is there still hope? Just moved across the country for hubby's new job, so I retired. Want to write options instead of finding another job at 62. Yeah, you need to get those first 2 classes under your belt and watch them a couple of times. You'll be it'll make a lot more sense to you. Realized profits. Goldman Sachs says 2 rate cuts by the end of the year. SoFi could have a pop today. Jay Gill, good morning. Good morning, Jay Gill. Whitefeather, don't give up. Ask questions. You'll catch on. Whitefeather said, he said, well, thank you, Whitefeather. Okay, Nazareth, it'll be confusing for a bit until it kicks in. Steep learning curve. Once you get it, oh, it's so easy. Whitefeather, you're welcome. Maybe one-on-one with Bruce will help you as well. Yeah, you want to get some classes under your belt before you have a one-on-one with me. I love having one-on-ones with my viewers. I really do. But I kind of want my viewers to have a bit of a handle on a little bit of what's happening so that I can help you get into writing as soon as possible and generating revenue your way. But, you have to decide for yourself when the right time is to have a one-on-one with me. And we'll go from there. Just as a heads up, though, between now and the middle of August, one-on-ones are readily available, more or less. But after the middle of August, Jen and I are heading to Europe, and that's where it gets a little dicey because we're going to be on the Queen Mary 2 for almost 3 weeks, and that might or might not work too well. Then we're in Europe itself, and we're traveling, and so we have to do some juggling. But nonetheless, I did one-on-ones the last 2 years when we were in Europe as well, so it can be done. It's just a matter now of logistics. So if you're thinking of a one-on-one and you're thinking of doing it between now and the middle of August, very good. You let me know when you're ready, and we'll figure out what day and what time, and we'll set it up, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, very much looking forward to it. Get those classes. Don't waste time, and then you get the one-on-one with Uncle Bruce. Delica. I agree. I watched class 1 and 2 a second time and took notes. The light bulb came on. It was a great feeling. Oh my God, it all made sense. There you go. Now, by the way, good morning, Uncle Bruce. Good morning to you. Thank you all for joining us. 1 minute to the opening. Alberto, exactly what Juan said. Exactly what Juan said. Okay, so I have so many shares of GameStop. I've written covered calls. I also sold some shares the last big run, and I'm doing cash to get puts. I have a little understanding. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party. We're trying to watch the opening now in about the next few seconds as we wait for everything to kick in. It's a bit of a mixed bag. We'll see what this market really has going for it, if anything, and we'll take it from there. Welcome all to the program. Glad you could join us. We're now open for trading. 23.50, 60 on GameStop, down about 35 cents at the moment. Apple's unchanged. Tesla's up $1.50. Google up 90 cents. Welcome to the party, pal, as we start trading now for the session. Welcome, everyone, and thanks for being here. It looks like Larry Titus might still be on holidays. Haven't seen him here hitting the bells the last couple of days. I hope he's having a good time. We got AI up a couple of pennies. GameStop at 23.56, down 37 cents. SoFi is unchanged. It would appear. Nvidia down 355, down $35 a share if you want to take that 10-for-1 split into account, just to give you an idea. 122.96. So the lower it goes, the 1 to 110 neighborhood is where you want to be as a credit spread writer. There might be some real opportunities there. Keep your eye on those option quotes for the perfect spread. The bigger, the better. The less risk, the better. Everything else. Alberto, here's the bell. I got you, Larry. Thank you, my friend. Alberto, you're the man. 23.55, roughly on GameStop now. 59.53. We're jumping around a bit, so we're down 35 cents. Apple is off 33. Tesla's up about 275. Google's up 160. AI is up a nickel. The Dow's up 92. SoFi is at 634, up a couple of cents on about 900,000 volume. Not much to talk about there. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining in so far. 2 minutes into the session. It's early days. Rocket Lab is up 10 at 5.11. Juan is saying it right. Go, Rocket Lab, go. Those of you writing cash secured puts on Rocket Lab are grinning from ear to ear because we've gone from the 4s now into the 5s. The shares want to go into the 6s, even nicer. We'll watch for that. 23.55 to 58 on GameStop. 2 million traded so far on GameStop. Not incredibly heavy to open, but it is still 2 million shares in 2 minutes to start the session. 23.62, now 63. Looks like it's just getting a bit better. 73.87. Little pop here on GameStop as we're trying to get to 23.80 something. We'll see if it can do it or not. Not a lot for sale. From here to 24.10 would not take much of a buy to take it out, but I'm not sure if that's in the cards. 23.81, 23.83 a moment ago. What I can tell you at the moment. Welcome to the party. 2.24 million on GameStop so far this morning. Okay. Waiting for the other shoe to drop on GameStop. What's going to happen and when is it going to happen? I don't know. Those of you trying to buy back call options that you've written on GameStop, hey, there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of the lower price, scoring on a depreciating contract, absolutely, and just turning around and writing a new contract for the same strike price a week further out, a month further out, taking more money off the table. There's nothing wrong with this strategy. This is a well-proven winning strategy. With credit spreads, look, if you took in a $1.50 credit spread and you can now close it out at 40 cents credit spread and create a new credit spread a couple weeks down the road for 120, 150, 170, worth your while to investigate that. Extra cash, thank you very much. 23.89, 88, 91, 23.97. We're green on GameStop. 23.95. Just hit the break-even button at the moment on GameStop. We're up about 3-4 cents, kind of. Apple just turned green, is trying to go green right now. Tesla holding a 380 gain. Google up 116. The Dow's up 72 at the moment. now that we're 4 minutes into the session at this point in time. Volume on GameStop, 2.53 million. 500,000 shares of trading in the last 3 minutes has taken the stock right into the game zone, right into the green zone. 23.96 at the moment. At $24, there's 100 for sale. $24 a share, 100 available. That's it. It's very thin down here, and so we're going to see market orders come and go to kind of swing it a bit. 23.85 right now. Welcome to Volatility Central. That's what we're talking about. Okay, the Dow's up 68. Let's take a look at these other quotes right now. We're down a half a point on S&P. Pretty good. The NASDAQ down 18. I mean, we just don't have a problem here on the big boards, really. It's individual stories that we're following right now. Nvidia down 230 instead of 350. We're at 124.07. Rocket Lab 506 up 5. SoFi 636 up 4 cents. 23.90 on GameStop, down 4 cents at the moment on 2.69, 2.7 million volume for GameStop. 23.93 is the break-even price, and we just hit 23.98. I think they might be getting ready to take a run at $24. There it is, 24.03, 24.05. The high of the session has just been hit. 23.25 was the low. 24.05 right now is the high. That's where we're at, 2.78 million on the GameStop shares. Thank you very much. Buyers are now sitting on 24 bids and up. We got action in this 24 neighborhood. Nice to see. I hope you're enjoying the early opening. I don't know how active we're going to be today. Things can change in a moment's notice. One never knows what happens next. AI looking good, up 27 cents. Thank you. ME down a fifth of a penny. SoFi up 4. Nvidia still down 307. Rocket Lab up to 509, up 8. Matterport down a penny and a half. Smart Rent down 2.5 cents. Super Microcomputer down $39 at 866. We had 1,000 last week just on this stock. It is so unbelievably volatile with such a small float. It is one scary stock to watch. Spire is down 7. The Spiders are down 25 cents at 544.26. The high for the Spider last week, 550. We're down $6 odd from the high at this point. Nothing dramatic here. Adobe 532.86 down 58 cents. Uber down 6 cents. The triple Qs are down $1 at 478 now. The high on that market 486. So $8 pullback from the all-time high on the NASDAQ so far. Apple's up 29. Tesla's up 430. Enphase is up $1.09. Netflix down $7.50. AMD down $1.67. Unity's up 21 cents. Google up 15 cents. Moderna up $1.03. Cisco is ahead by 26. Pfizer's up by 38. Microsoft down $2. The Donald Trump thing, the Trump media is up $2.40 at $30, still well off its highs. They raised 64, 69 million last week on their warrant reissuance. They could theoretically raise 240 million if the shareholders want to cough up cash. I don't know. 60 million will last the company 3 months, maybe. They're losing 20 million a month. I don't know. It's not my. I'm not into this stock in a deep way, but there are a lot of speculators on it, and I fear that there will be losers on that stock, if not already. The high on that thing was $79.38, and it's $29. So, yeah, there's already been a $50 haircut. Just annihilated people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out what's going on. Splair, can we hit 26? I'm optimistic. Parker, good morning. We'll see what's going on. IBM is now up 347. HPQ is up 34 cents. Amazon is down 40. Home Depot is off 30 cents. Vanning Semiconductors down 270. Goldman Sachs doing well. It's up 250 a share. Boeing is ahead by 68 cents, 177.24. Meta Platforms is up $10 a share at 505 now. So it definitely has broken through the 500 barrier. Target up 220. JP Morgan up 180. Costco down 77 cents. Walmart up 21. Disney up 28. American Airlines up a nickel. AMC is down 4 cents. DraftKings down 65. And Royal Caribbean up 56 cents at 151 a share. There you go. We're up 97 on the Dow. It's doing just fine. GameStop 23.87, down 6 cents at the moment. Okay. Flint Creek says that GameStop's going to hit over 27. It's a bullish reversal. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion. Parker got me a GameStop $26 cover call written for this week. I brought in 89 cents. I took 89 cents for 4.5 days at 26. Thank you very much. 23.83 on the stock. That contract is out of the money by 310. 210 out of the money now. Excuse me. There you have it. However you want to play this game. You can write the 26s, 25s, 24s. You can push the envelope on the stock, or you can write 27s, 28s, go a couple weeks further up. However you feel you want to do it, take money off the table from the gamblers. Anyway, there you go. Apple down 79 cents. Tesla's up 470 here. Google's up 24 cents right now. Welcome to the party. We just went green on GameStop again. We're up a nickel now at 23.98. All right. Parker says, come get it. I got this stock right here. 26 a share, plus I keep 89 cents. You can have it for 26.89. That's okay for me, says Parker Ivy. I know what Parker's going to do. The minute that happens, he's just going to turn around and do it all over again. I know this, and I don't blame him. Not at all. Well done. 23.93.94, unchanged on GameStop. 42-cent gain on AI. 27.63. Dow's up 116 right now. This is looking good. Dow is improving. We've got S&P just down 0.75 of a point, but the NASDAQ down 56. It is a split deal at the moment. It's a split market. And there you have it. Just saying what I'm saying. Anyway, welcome to the party, all. Nice to have you with us this morning. Hope you're doing all right today. Option writers make money whether the market is flat, up, or down. That's the best part about being an option writer. You can make money in any market. It's the clock. It's all about the clock that makes you the dough. The kryptonite to gamblers out there who are buying options. The clock kills them. It's invisible. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. It just takes you out. Option writers know how powerful a clock is in their writing strategies. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. Down 322 on Nvidia at 123.35. Do you do a 105, 110 credit spread on Nvidia? Is that the trade to be done now? Is there room in them there hills for making some dough on Nvidia at that kind of a level, I ask. Let me take a peek at a good old Nvidia. Here we are, Nvidia. 123.03 is where the stock is at right now. Can option credit spreads be done? Put credit spreads on Nvidia in the not too distant future. That is the question. Well, we'll see here. Let's go up a little bit in time. Let's go to July and see what we have for. I'm curious about the third Friday in July. Just curious. That would be the 19th. And here we are, the 19th. What can be done over there? Let's take a look at different contract prices. So a 110 contract expiring July 19th will go for $1.63 or so last trade, and a 100 is trading at 53 cents or so. So we're talking about $1.10. There's a 110 credit on a $10 spread between 1 and 110. With a 105 to 110 spread, we're looking at 94 cents to $1.60. So that's about a 65-cent spread on a $5 contract. Is that really great and juicy? Not really. No, it's not that great. It's not that juicy. You go a little higher at 115 on the sell side. You can probably bring in 266. If you're buying 110s, you're going to pay 160. There's a dollar spread there. If you go 115 to 105, you're going to go 260 to maybe 90 cents, 95 cents. That could be a $1.50 spread there on that $10 contract. That's 15%. That might be something to consider right there. Anyway, this is July 19th expiry. On the option chain I'm looking at, which is 10 minutes old, each of you has to decide for yourself, is this worth your while? Let's see, what else is going on here? Luca, I'm number 154 here, and greetings from Oslo in Norway. I just landed. Welcome to Oslo, to the program. Is that Norway or Finland? I'm trying to remember. I'm getting old. Parker smiling. Right on, Parker. Welcome, Luca, to the show, and way to go, buddy. Traveling again. 23.91, down a penny on GameStop. Nothing much. The Dow's up 80. AI is up 22 cents right now. We're up 7 on SoFi. $6.39 on SoFi. Small, steady, tiny climb here. 2.6 million. Nothing crazy. Got up to 642 so far on the SoFi shares. The last week's high, $6.57. The low last week was about 623. So there was a 40-cent range, low and high, kind of. So if it gets over 660, that'll be a new high since last week. In the last month, the high trade on SoFi was $7.24. We need 80 cents a share pop from here to break that. I would love to see that today in one day. I'm greedy. I want that today. We'll see. Luca, I wrote 5 iron condors on, I think this is Nvidia. 105, 110, 145, 150. Nice safe range to be out of there. So interesting. Something to keep an eye on there, Luca. Right on, pal. Way to work an iron condor on both sides of that market. Interesting stuff. SoFi now 638, up 6 on 2.6 million volume. GameStop, we're into the green here. 24.10, 13, 24.16. The high of the session 24.33. Go GameStop, go. We're up a quarter at the moment on 4.1 million on GameStop. Just into the 2014s, the 24, 10, 15 range is where we were hanging out a little bit here. See if we can get a little bit of a little run going. Time will tell. We'll see if that kicks in. We're up 25 on Apple now, up almost $5 on Tesla. Google's up 65 cents at 180.90, trying to get to 181 a share. Dow's holding a 103 gain approximately so far this morning. And AI up 19, GameStop 24.16, 24.7 with a high of 24.33, the low of 23.25. So we've had a $2.08 spread. No, $1.08. Well, pardon me. Only a $1.08 spread between high and low on GameStop. We are really not doing much in the way of volatility at all here. 24.15 right now is the last trade. The buy-sell ratio looks pretty even at the moment, pretty close between the two. 24.06 offered at 10 and 12 and 14 and 15. There you have it. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. Welcome everyone to the show, and thank you for popping in with us. We've got a poll question going on here. Which NHL hockey team is going to win Game 7 tonight? Is it going to be Florida or the Edmonton Oilers? The winner gets the Stanley Cup, which means, of course, the dressing room will be drowning in champagne. The players will be, skating around the ice, hoisting the cup one after the other. 51% of you are saying the Oilers are going to win it. 242 votes. 49%. Florida's going to win it. Florida went up 3-0 on this series. 3-0. Edmonton now has come back with 3 straight wins, and it's a tie series, 3-3 across the board. Man, it's been 2 different series all together from one side to the other. What happens tonight? Should be fun. 52% say Oilers, 48% say Panthers. That's pretty close on 244 votes. Thank you for those of you who've been kind enough to be able to hit the thumbs up button. If you remember to help us out with a little momentum on this channel, 162 thumbs ups have come through here. That is very much appreciated. If you can keep up that pace, we have 450 of you here. If 290 of you who haven't given us a thumbs up could give us a thumbs up, that would make one hell of a difference for this broadcast. Thank you all for doing it. If you can, I appreciate it. Luca Ungerbus, I sent you an email yesterday for a one-on-one. I did see that, and I'm looking forward to spending that time with you when you're ready. You will let me know. Give me about a week's notice, and we'll figure out what day works. Where are you going to be? Timing, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, looking forward to having that, my friend. 24.25 here on GameStop. We're trying to get up to a high higher than 24.33. We're only about 7-8 cents away, and it's possible. There's only two shares for sale at 24.33. So, if it gets into that 24.30 range, it'll go through 24.33 like a hot knife through soft butter. Wouldn't take much. 24.22 right now on GameStop on 4.52 million volume right now. We'll see what's going on. I will do, Luca. I will touch base. Thank you, my friend. Yes, sir. Looking forward to our session. We'll do a kind of a recap on how's it been going. It's been a year. Can you believe it? A year? I can't believe so much time and so much going on. And time just goes so quickly. It's amazing. For some of you now, you're looking at your option rights and you're going, how long have I been writing options? And for some of you, I know you have to go back in time and you have to go, geez, has it been that long? Have I been writing contracts for 3 years now? I didn't know it was that long. I didn't know it was 3.5 years. Oh my God, it's been a long time. Well done, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal, and welcome to this side of the market where the casinos hang out. Up 196 on the Dow. Look at that. That's a nice pop on the Dow. AI up 36. GameStop holding at 24.22 right now. We got SoFi at 640. 640 on SoFi. Go, SoFi, go. 642 has been the high here. 641 just came through here. Well, 3 million volume. Nothing much on SoFi, but we're ahead. 9 cents a share. Nvidia down 440. Rocket Lab up to 513. It's up 12 cents now. Rocket Lab, this is the high of the day right now on 1.8 million. So not a lot of volume, and we're at new highs here. This is a nice change. I think this is going to be at 513 is certainly the best range, the highest trading range in a month. This is the last month, and we're at 513 right now. So this is the high of the last 30 days. This is the best level for Rocket Lab in 90 days. Look at that. The low down there, that low price is 350, and we're at 511. That's pretty good. 6 months, we're not at the high. We'll have to break through 579 to break the 6 month highest price. So we're on our way. Definitely have eliminated a lot of resistance on Rocket Lab to get to 510, 513. But we got to add a little more oomph to this to break through the 6 month highs. Look at that GameStop. We're at the high of the day, 24.39, 40, and 41. That is what's going on GameStop. We're at the highs of the day, 24.35, 40 range. They're taking out offers pretty quickly here. Little waves of buying coming in or taking out offers. Trading 4.8 million, 4.9 million now. Definitely improving there. Apple getting better, up 86 cents. And we're at up 490 on the Tesla shares. So, yeah, this market is trying to get a little higher. 220-point gain on the Dow now. 220 on the Dow. We've got the big board moving at the moment. 220, 230 point gain. S&P up 6 points. NASDAQ still down, but only down 43. It's coming back quickly. 41 down now on NASDAQ. 226 to a 230 point gain on the Dow. Very interesting. GameStop took a little tumble. We're back to 24.05, now back to 24.11 after hitting a high of 24.41. AI up 38. SoFi now 642, up a dime. Nvidia down 387. That's a little better. Rocket Lab up 7. Matterport up a penny. We've got Adobe down 36 cents. That's come back a ways. Uber's green up 9. Apple's up 113. Tesla up 470. Enphase up 79. Netflix still down $13. It's still getting hit. Unity up 7. Google up 76. Moderna up 230. Cisco's up 25. Pfizer up 22. Microsoft down 59, but it's coming back on. IBM up 480. HPQ up 39. Owens Corning up a nickel. Goldman up 422. Boeing is up 275. Facebook at 504.50, up 970. Target is up 440. JP Morgan up 218. Walmart up 45 cents. Costco only down 9 cents. It's about to go green. Disney up 37. American Airlines up 5. AMC down 3.5 cents. DraftKings down 75. Royal Caribbean up 164. AMC's trying to break even again to come back to the green. Well, there you have it. GameStop 24.16 here, trying to do a little rally again. We'll see if there's another one in there. And SoFi 642, up 9 at the moment, everyone. Thank you. All of you, appreciate you. A white feather on Jan 1, 2021. I had exactly $1 in my trading account. I've made contributions and withdrawals, certainly, but next month the balance will be over 10 grand. It's a nice milestone here. These milestones, it gets interesting because when you're, I find anyway from my past viewers' experiences, you reach these milestones and you keep staying disciplined. Your next milestone will be 11, 12, 15,000, and then 20. What happens is each 1,000 that comes to you faster, and then they come to you in 2,000 and $3,000 chunks quicker again. Then you get the $5,000 jumps and the tens, and it just starts to go. That a win is a win, and a winning streak just keeps on going. Yep, it's just white feather. Well done, really. I'm so happy to see that. Thank you for sharing that. Congratulations, all of you out there. 248 is the gain on the Dow. We're climbing, no question about it. It's going higher. 24.18 to 20 now on GameStop. High of the day, 24.41. So 20 cents away. That's a minute. Would be nothing but not even a minute to hit that if it were to run. Thank you, Uncle Bruce says white feather. Oh, dude, way to go, man. Way to go. Indeed, it doesn't matter where you start from. I can tell you, viewers, I've had viewers that have started from negative numbers, very small investments. I've had viewers who've, once had triple digits, hundreds of thousands in the market, and they're down to 20, 30 grand. They've been just wiped back and back and back, and they've been crushed. Then they find me, and they buy into the program. They start watching, and they start hanging around here, and they take a class or two, and then they have a one-on-one to kind of fill me in on, what happened to them and how they got to where they've gotten, and then we kind of go over some suggested adjustments and some strategies to be put in place. And 3 months later, it's like, oh man, we're on our way. And 6 months later, oh my God, we're getting it all. We're getting it all back. It's all coming in here, and then it is all back, and then it is more than they've ever had before. It is gratifying for me. I have to admit, it sure motivates me to keep going. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, kids. Let's see what's going on here. A deep value. I'm seeing many sell orders on GameStop level 2 data above the $40, $70 range. Is this just computer trading? It could be, but I mean, really, we're 24.21 a share here. these sell orders are a nothing burger. They're irrelevant to the day. Really, it's all about what's happening now. 5.36 million traded, very quiet compared to the last several weeks. This is not normal, not the normal kind of trading we've had. It's quieter, but you know what? 5 million shares roughly, and we're up 20-30 cents a share. That's telling me we might be done with a sell-off for a while, possibly. But there's volatility. It's a dollar volatility on either side of this market. Let's not kid ourselves. But I don't see an exit for the door anymore. I don't see that happening. Touch grass. Thumbs ups. Thank you, my friends, for those. 120 gain on the Apple shares, 450 on Tesla. Dollar gain on Google right now. Palantir has gone green. Looks like it's up a nickel. Spider is ahead of $1.11 at the moment. You're up 6 on Palantir right now. There it is. Alrighty, Rocket Lab 507 up 6 cents. Nvidia down 394. SoFi 642 up a dime. ME is up 2 cents a share at 44.4. GameStop 24.21 with a high of the day of 24.41. So we're 20 cents or less away from a higher high at the moment on GameStop. Is the buy wave? Is there a buy wave coming into this to take it higher? I don't know. We're watching it from the sidelines. Up 42 on AI. The Dow up 277 points. Thanks again for those of you who are hitting the thumbs up button for us. I appreciate you for this. We were in the 130 range, and now we're sitting at 188, 189 thumbs ups. Thank you all for coming through with these thumbs ups for us. The poll question today is which NHL hockey team is going to win Game 7 tonight and claim the Stanley Cup? Is it going to be Florida at home, Edmonton on the road? 52% of the 260 voters are saying Edmonton Oilers are going to win this. They've won 3 in a row here to tie it all up, and they're going to keep it going. That's the story, and people are sticking to it. Well, we'll find out. ME wants to run, says Real. ME wants to go. 44.4 cents a share on 332,000 volume. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I'm still waiting for any kind of an update from the CEO or anyone else. How are they going to take this thing private? What do the shareholders? What do they get offered to be taken private? I don't know. 272-point gain on the Dow, so it's had a nice run up here in the last 20-30 minutes. At the moment, welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you in here today. Giddy up, kids. What can I say? It's another fun day in the markets. That's all there is to it. Taking a look here, some of our favorite quotes. Let me just take a peek here. It's nice to see green arrows on SoFi, GameStop, Rocket Lab. They're all up. 23andMe is up 1.7 cents. Spire's up 8 cents. We've got Apple up 138, Goldman up 550, Cisco up 25, Tesla's up $5 now. Arc Innovation's up 49 cents, Microsoft up 120, Pfizer's up 4, HBQ up 37, Google up 41, Amazon is up 60, Nvidia still down 308, Unity up 4 cents, AI up 36 cents, Adobe down 210. Spiders are up 155. Netflix down 891. That's an improvement, actually. Vesco, the triple Qs are down a nickel. IBM up 420, 176.70. Meta up $10, 504.78. Vanica down 309. Home Depot down 3 cents. Enphase is up 74. Palantir up 17, and looks like Uber is up 14 cents. Welcome all to the show and to the program this morning. Great to have you with us today. As we are attempting to follow what this market is going to do, what does it want to do? The GameStop shares are faltering a little right now. 23.90 actually, 23.94. So a little pullback on GameStop. while Nvidia seems to be improving here, down only $3.19 at 123.30 ish. The Dow right now up 270, the S&P up 17, the Nasdaq up 12 and a half. All three big markets have turned around to go green now. Oil has gone green as well. 81.01 up 28 cents on the oil price at the moment. So 23.97 on GameStop, up 4, but we've been over 24.40. Thank you. I noticed Square saying, I noticed the last 2 days trading, when Rocket Lab hits a high, GameStop hits a high too. Some minutes later, maybe it's just a coincidence. 504 on Rocket Lab. We were higher than that. Charlie C. Uncle Bruce, I observe that when the market's trending sideways or down, that your thumbs up struggle to match listeners. I perceive that's because so many listeners don't comprehend what you have taught about options and benefits of time decay. Well, and it's also an enthusiasm level. People are not as enthused about the market when it's flat or down a bit, or if certain stocks don't do well, this channel gets hurt. If GameStop rocks, this channel's views go straight up and the excitement kicks in. If SoFi rocks higher, this channel gets a big benefit. But if those two shares are mediocre and they're not doing very much, then the viewers become sort of passe about everything and are just not as involved. It's just the way it is. Yeah, it's that's the thing. Of course, my option writers are long-term marathon runners who are always here, are always doing their trades, watching their accounts, watching their option chains, making moves from time to time, and they don't have to be actively talking to me every time they make a trade. Some do like to say that. Some are very casual, and others are very secretive about what they're up to. It's okay. 23.88 right now on GameStop, a little lower again. The low of the session, 23.25. We're at 23.89 right now, high of 24.41. So, we've had a $1.16 spread today. Not to get excited here. A 6 million volume on GameStop. That's all. So there you go. All right. The sideways up and down day should have the same number of thumbs ups every day. One, IBM put credit spread up, Bruce. Would a 140, 135 be a good idea on IBM? IBM, let's take a look here. Where are we at? 177.40. That would be a very conservative place to be. Nothing wrong with it. 140, 145, 140 would be okay as well. It's a question of what kind of credit can you get out of a $5 spread. That's what you want to look into. One Splair, yeah, I give thumbs ups all the time. Sometimes at the end of the show, though, but I always give a thumbs up. By the way, it looks quiet for my portfolio, so I got a little freelancing today again. I still need 90 euros to fill up on that Paramount 100 shares, so he's going to make some money today. Splair, have a good start to the week, y'all. Rock and roll there, Splair. Thanks, pal. Have a good one yourself. 23.88 now on GameStop, down a nickel. It's just a nothing burger today. This is what we saw pre-market. Not a lot going on. We're up 134 on Apple. We're up 330 on Nvidia. Welcome, to the party. Thanks for being here. I've been up since 2:30 this morning. I couldn't sleep past 2:30 today. I don't know why. Brain was going a million miles an hour. I woke up and I just thought, I got to give up. I've just got to give up. I can't try to sleep until 4:30. The head's just not working. Now I'm yawning, as you've noticed. Go figure. It's 8:08 my time. I've been up for 5.5 hours. And couldn't sleep at 2:30. It's the craziest thing. What are you going to do? Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Rock and roll, buddy. Yeah, look at those put spreads. Maybe a little higher in the strike. Let's see what gives. There you go, everybody. We're green all over the place. Really, we're up 290 on the Dow now. We're green. AI is up 43 cents here. We got GameStop back over 24 again, 24.05 now. ME is at 43.9. SoFi is 646, up 14 cents on SoFi. Volume on SoFi 4.6 million, very quiet, and now it's moving up, say 14 cents a share. Keep going, SoFi. Nvidia still down 320, but it was down 4 something. Rocket Lab up 3 cents. Matterport a half a penny lower. SmartRent a couple pennies lower. Supermicro down 38 bucks. But we have a lot of green here. Aspire up 9 cents. The Spiders are up 236. Uber up 21. Qs are up 40 cents. Apple's up 150. Tesla up 315. Enphase up 80. Netflix is coming back here. It's still down 690, but it was down to 672. It was $13, $14 lower than where it is now at 679. So it's coming on quite a bit right now. AMD down $1.20. It's coming up too. We got Unity up 12, Google up 170, Moderna up 220, Cisco up 13, Pfizer up 5, Microsoft up 267. All green. All green. Dow's the IBM is up 518. HPQ up 18. Owens Corning up 230. Amazon up 120. Home Depot up 23 cents. There you go. Goldman Sachs is up 730 here. Boeing up 240. Meta up 1096 at 505. Target up 380. JP Morgan up 240. Costco still down $1.50. Walmart up 51. Disney up 26. American Airlines up 7. And AMC down 7.5. DraftKings down 53 cents. Royal Caribbean up 246 at the moment. 317 point shot higher for the Dow. That's looking good. GameStop 23.95, not participating in that run right now. It's not GameStop led, people, for sure. Charlie says the sideways days helps my covered calls drop in value. The down days do the same. Once the sell has been made, time decay becomes my best friend. Yes, sir. You know it. Absolutely, you know it. SoFi 646 up 14. Rocket Lab up 5. We're AI up 54 cents. Very interesting session here so far today. Welcome all to the party. I'm glad that you made it with us as we are watching this early Monday morning activity. Try to get a handle on just what this market wants to really do as it is coming on little by little now. 306 gain on the Dow. The stocks on S&P were up 23 points. That's 0.42 of a percentage point. The Dow's up almost 3/4 of a point. NASDAQ is up 1/5 of a point, 33-point gain. The VIX is up 1.89%. And we've got oil up 31 cents a barrel right now so far. That's what I got, kids. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Trying to watch this activity to see if it's going to make it much of a difference. The poll question, 270 votes are in. Which team is going to win the Stanley Cup tonight? Edmonton or Florida? They're both playing Game 7 tonight. 51% for the Oilers, 49% for the Panthers. Pretty close. Pretty darn close is right, man. That's the way this thing has gone, right down to the wire. Thank you all for joining in. 304-point gain on the Dow, 20 on S&P, 17 on NASDAQ. Keep it coming, guys. Keep that market going. Okay, there you have it. Never a dull moment today. All right, kids. There's the story. I'm going to stick to it. Look, I'm going to pack it in. I've been up since 2:30 today. I got to get some rest here. Join me tomorrow morning, of course, for the morning show. If any crazy developments take place later today, I'll be back on. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Write some options. Take some premiums. Enjoy the ride. Get those stink bids and stink offers in there. And score some dough from this market. They're handing it to you. You know what you're doing. Well done, everybody. Thanks again for your support of this channel. The thumbs ups and poll question answers and class takers and one-on-oneers. Thank you all. 209 thumbs up, says Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate you. Have a great day, everybody. White Feather, same to you. Mandu, same to you. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you here first thing tomorrow for sure. Unless something goofy happens today. Goodbye from Calgary. We'll see you later. Bye for now.